said, prepare for level 3 at some point, or in passing, or when it's not your turn today. You can poke around and look at stuff, but there won't be a lot of downtime because we have an interesting game, I think, set up. I want to retcon 2 things just to confirm. The One Must Die should not have played, and I incorrectly then continued to play it because I had forgotten that you guys should not have heard that yet, so that is not what's being chanted. So you have to do me a favor and just forget you ever heard that, and then that door that was spoiled a month ago no longer exists either, so you can thank Foundry for that mishap. I also have thought of an idea last minute here, because all of you should be on the main screen page, of doing something kind of interesting. I need all of you. Do you have access to your character sheet still? You should, right? If you just go to actors.
I'm still loading up here.
Okay. I'm going to do something unique here. I'm going to have all of you roll me... Everyone roll an intelligence check, and then I will be right back, and then we'll get started.
How do I roll an intelligence check from the character sheet?
You just click on intelligence and an ability check. And then normal.
Okay, thank you.
Got you. Ooh.
Well.
Yikes.
Night night, boys.
Not the most intelligent barbarian here.
Quick, reset the server before Jack comes back and roll again.
Right. I can't see it. I didn't know what happened.
I'm not seeing the rolls here under the chat log.
Really?
I see your roll.
Maybe you just want to... Are you on the right screen? Or on the right, like, tab?
The landing page? Yeah, chat
right
log.
Click on the chat log. Right click on it.
Okay.
What'd that do?
It brought up, like, the pop-out thing.
And nothing's in there?
Nope.
Are you looking at the chat log, or are you actually...
Yep.
Oh.
Just refresh.
Yeah, let me refresh it.
Oh, those are bad. Okay. Oh, those are real bad.
What did I get?
You got 10. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, you'll have to just forget that I asked for that. I will use that at a later point. And let's do a quick recap of what happened last time, and then we'll get started.
We fought ghouls and ghasts. The end.
Perfect. Are you doing are you doing Raven?
Yeah, I got it all set up.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why it's not showing, but it's there.
Okay, cool. Anyone want to add anything else, or any kind of... Do we need to do any loot from before?
You grabbed all the loot already, I believe.
Okay. I have started setting up loot characters for things with accurate loot.
Why do I have an
for those that
character?
For those... What?
I have a lightning bolt thing on my character.
You have a lightning bolt?
What is
It
that?
says that it's shocked. Are you shocked?
I'm definitely not shocked.
Okay, well, I'm shocked that you didn't know that. Grim was very, very nice and spent some time yesterday getting me access to basically every D&D book made and then imported into Foundry. So it makes a lot of things very easy. Should I unlock any of these right now, Grim, for them, or for you guys? What do you think?
I mean, I would say the item well, I don't think you don't need to unlock them.
Just right click. You guys have access to them
yeah,
already?
let me look at it.
Oh, okay. They're just locked.
They're locked for editing.
So basically all of the restrictions that we had of making your character in Foundry, because I didn't have access to all of the classes and stuff. There's basically 20 books worth of D&D in here now. So odds are your class features, your class, your items, your feats, your races, your racial traits, all that stuff can be found in the compendiums now, which is very, very awesome. So, but cool.
Thank you for setting that up, Grim.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really
Yay.
easy.
we
And I'll
appreciate
make shops very easy and everything else very easy. So
this. Observer liked that.
Observer liked that. Perfect.
Did
So
anything happen when we laid the bones to rest?
Yes, from what you could tell, the spirits of the two children were successfully laid to rest. For those that were upstairs, you saw like a wisp of like energy, or like a will-o-wisp, basically, as they kind of disappeared, if you will, and then kind of shot down the stairs and into their respective tombs.
Okay.
Anything else?
sorry, just to go back at the chanting thing. So we're just forgetting that we heard the chanting completely, correct?
You have not heard clear chanting yet. You don't know what they're saying. You definitely have heard chanting, but when that initially was played, I didn't realize it was on like queue up, and then I was not thinking when I kept playing it again and again and again. So they're not chanting "One must die." They're chanting something that's unintelligible at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
No Man's Sky?
Yes, No Man's Sky. You get to name the chant when you find it.
So who has the book that's narrating my life?
I do.
I'd be curious to know if anything has happened in that. I'd like to take a look at it and see if it's just still recording or if there's anything interesting in there.
Alright, I'll hand the book to him.
You see the interpretation of what you've done in the last, since checking it. I think Observer checked it somewhat recently. I think maybe back in the statue room.
Everyone fell asleep.
Yeah, so everything looks not good, but it seems accurate at least, in terms of what you guys have done and what the book is recording.
Well, should I hang out of this, or do you want it back to keep an eye on it in case reasons?
I'll hold on to it in case we get separated somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Great. You guys are currently free to move about as you will. This room that you're currently in did have the undead creatures sort of buried in the walls, if you will. And there's others that have presumably done the same, but currently not in combat. And none of these rooms smell very good at all. Not that they did before. Anyway, also do note that there was the windmill painting in this room that Observer is still currently in, over in the corner. And Vemrak, I believe that you did pick that up.
I did, yeah. You said there was nothing of significance to it outside of what was on the painting, right?
It was of significance to the extent that nothing down here, from what you've seen, would tie the family that owns the house above to anything down here except that painting. So there's nothing that really shows like, hey, this is the Durst family or the Elizabeth or any of the other names. There's nothing that really, except for the actual tombs themselves. Like in this area, there's nothing that ties to the family except for that painting from what you've noticed.
Okay.
Did we fully search all the cabinets and chests in that room?
Yes, that room is done. That room is where you found the potions of healing and the cloak of protection and the alchemist fire, the chain shirt, and a mess kit, and the bullseye lantern.
Yeah.
And a set of thieves' tools, and yeah.
Did something... What is the Sorry.
What's up?
Go ahead, you.
What does the bullseye lantern do?
It is...
I can post it.
Thank you.
I believe it's in our party.
It's just kind of like an
Posting.
extreme exceptionally efficient lantern. Like, it has light out to like pretty far ranges.
Oh, okay. So it's just a big chunk of light. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was the name of the book? Tota's book?
Der lieben Tempen der Toto von Hundenwald.
Just a second.
I don't see that.
I call it the Book of Toto von Hundenwald.
That's perfectly fine. It doesn't have a clear. What did you initially? Oh, you were drawn to the book initially, right? It doesn't have a legible title, let's say, on the binding or on the front page either.
I'm gonna call it Das Leben und die Seiten von Toto von Hundenwald because that's more fun.
That's perfect.
Cool. Are we free to move about the cabin?
Yep.
I would like to
Time to
check
sell off.
this room, just like the walls and stuff, to see if there might be anything else that's.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
Is this under skills? Yeah. Take the 1. I didn't mean to roll 2.
Either way, you're not currently in any kind of combat. It's acceptable that you would just take some time to kind of look around. You don't notice anything else out of the ordinary. This seems like a master bedroom with some decently nice furnishings overall. But other than that, that's about all that you kind of get from this.
Oh, I did want to check the gas and the ghouls. You said you had made a point that they were really well dressed.
Yeah, they were wearing rather nice clothing, something that you would see in like everything else down here is decent looking. These two creatures, if you will, at some point and even now to an extent have like, I would say, like considered fine clothing, so much nicer than the average robe, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm just gonna search through their bodies. I don't know if they have physical bodies, but
There's nothing else on them now except for just kind of gash marks and burn marks and signs of battle. In terms of any kind of notes or pamphlets or papers, there's nothing else to find in this room at this point.
okay. Cool. Then I would vote that we can continue to move on and see if we can find the source of the chanting that we heard. We already went through the room that had the 5 chests in the well, right?
Yes, that's where you found the ring of protection, I think it was, and other goodies.
There's a ring of protection. What?
No,
Ring of
cloak-
something, wasn't there? Cloak of protection.
Yeah. Vemrak is wearing the cloak of protection.
Gotcha. Fuck off.
Someone had attuned to the chainmail shirt and etc. What does attunement mean, by the way? Like,
It's basically a way to balance magical items to an extent. So, like, let's say it's for the cloak. So things that have a magical, things like magic items that require attunement require you to spend a short rest with them before you get that full effect. So it's just a regular cloak basically, but then if you attune to it, you get the extra bonuses. So it's kind of it's in place so that you can't just, hey, catch this ring, put it on, great, now you have this, hey, catch this ring, great, now you have this, hey, catch this ring,
Gotcha.
catch this sword, stuff like that. It's basically just a nerf.
Oh my god, we're not cats, observer. God damn it.
Right, looking on how to ban someone's mouse movements.
All over the place. Oh, we don't have draw tools enabled? Boo.
What?
Oh.
How?
I don't know. It's probably
How are we
system
gonna draw
settings.
penises everywhere?
I was just gonna draw a giant middle
Good.
finger, but I can't.
Oh, dude, on my other game, they were drawing penises everywhere on every map. The little tiny hidden penises everywhere that I had to go and find and erase.
If
Or
you
the
ever,
really good ones I would just keep.
if you ever need it, I have a map, a really nice map of a dick butt as a tropical island.
Oh, nice. Oh, perfect.
Fucking brilliant.
You know what? The other day, outside of D&D, I was looking for that same thing. It's crazy that I
Oh.
have it.
Tiny hidden penises. That's the name of Shatner's memoir.
Yeah, not so hidden. Tiny found penises.
Okay.
We digress.
So I guess there's one hallway we haven't really traipsed down yet.
Well, you've been through everything at this point, I believe.
Over here.
No.
Yes, that one. Correct. I thought you meant the one to your
Have you
direct
added
north.
pings yet?
Okay, so I have a quick
Yeah,
question.
pinks are in.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Yay.
Well, this is kind of to just everybody. So how do we want to do this as far as like the group order checking for traps? Like, do I need to be in front to catch traps before we come upon them?
I would say ideally have you first, just because you're kind of doing that as a lead. I'm not going to be a huge stickler on like, oh, I'd like to move back or move forward, or we can just assume that you're in the front, and then if something gets kind of dicey, like you can probably move back. But there is always a downside to being possibly in the front, back, or even the middle. You never know. So
Right.
there isn't really a best spot all the time, especially in this lovely house.
I mean, Go ahead.
Vemrak also has that feat, or not a feat, class ability or something.
Yeah, the
Less
sense of danger.
Yeah, reroll.
Yeah, which I forgot about.
It's not always bad having him up front.
Yeah, I can continue to be up front.
I've been taking the rear just to have another person wearing armor in the back in case something comes at us.
Okay, so should I go second?
Yeah, be second. I think that's fine.
Okay, and I'll anticipate giving you a decent to above average ability to like find stuff. So my goal is again not to make you have to constantly say I look for traps, I look for traps, I look for traps.
Right.
But
I
also
want to be on the alert for traps.
Gotcha.
As we're kind
Yep.
of removing through stuff.
Perfect. So cool.
Oh wow, I was
Ready
actually
to
looking
roll.
through the actions. I didn't realize there was a help action to grant an allied
Yes,
answer.
sir. Yep.
And
That's kind of rad.
your session reminder that I can cast guidance for any skill check. Just gotta yell at me beforehand.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
we have a rogue, right? Or am I completely full of crap?
No.
We do not have.
We have a ranger. Wait,
Danger.
am I just insane? I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm completely insane. But I'm gonna give the ranger the vigilant blessing. So at the next time they roll initiative, they get advantage.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, let's start making our way. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So as you get to these stairs fall before you, and in those black depths, that wretched chanting comes.
The one that's definitely not One Must Die.
It's not One Must Die.
Would you like fries? Is what we hear.
You know what I didn't set up is the stupid teleport. Damn it. Now I have to move you guys down.
So we're hearing like the noise is getting louder. The chance of something is getting louder.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna proceed slowly.
Okay. I'm gonna drag all of you. It's actually not One Must Die. Just so you know.
That's All Must Die.
No. So this is their staircase.
Eggs must fry.
There it is.
We're just really just workshopping bad chants tonight.
The old
That's all
diner.
this
Yeah.
session
Jesus Christ. I appreciate it.
Okay. So we just came. I can see the
You came down from the south over here. This is the staircase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
so- hey, just FYI, we can see Fog of War, like
Outside?
a big area in
It's-
front of me,
it's-
like north.
It's because he
Yeah,
pulled us
right.
through walls. It's
Yeah, I
boundary.
pulled it. It shouldn't actually.
Oh, that's sorry. It's just the old area. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way into this room.
Okay. Alcoves stocked with grisly trophies line this chamber. A severed finger, a mummified hand, a shrunken head, a halfling, and more. The chanting has swollen into one great song that now shakes the very stones of this place. and at last you can discern its lyrics. He is the ancient. A legion of voices sings. He is the land. He is the ancient. He is the land. He is the ancient. He is the land. And all of that's kind of bellowing from this hallway here, if you will.
Yeah, you guys all had that wrong.
Eggs must fry.
Also, if you guys were curious about what other people are saying, if you're not in position, you can always just drag click off your character and it'll show everyone's vision.
Okay, thank you. So what do we see in the room?
You see simple support pillars here holding up a larger room. And in all of these little alcoves, these little carve-out points, there are just random disturbing trinkets. Like I said, there's mummified hands. You see a knife that is carved of some type of bone. There's an orb made from some type of substance you're not aware of. There's a folded cloak with some type of skin-like stitches on it. There's a frog that's been dissected into all these pieces with sticks all over its body, and it's like stuck onto the end of a stick. You see bags of something. It's just full of random shit, basically.
Okay. Can we have our ranger check for traps with guidance, please?
Sure. You don't see any traps in this room.
Okay. Of all the trinkets I see, what of the ones I see, is there anything that stands out as significant? I mean, the knife carved of bone, the orb sounded interesting.
Significant in what way? And if you guys want to move in, please move in if you'd like to actually look at them.
Significant as in would have any
value?
Yeah.
The knife, possibly. There's an additional dagger now that you're looking. That looks like it has like a tiny rodent skull attached to the handle. There is possibly a wand of some sort. There's a couple bags of things in here. You're not sure what's inside. They're all kind of precariously placed, and overall this room still does not seem people in a long time, but somehow looks a little more upkept than the rest of the places you've stumbled through recently. Go ahead, somebody who was talking.
And do you want me to detect magic on all of this stuff?
Yes, please.
So I can do it carefully for 10 minutes if you guys are willing to wait that long.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
How loud are the voices? Can we tell?
It's extraordinarily loud in here. To wait even 10 minutes in here would probably start to kind of ring in your head and be uncomfortable. You could do it, as far as you'd guess, but it's not a fun place to be just with the bellowing sound alone.
Maybe we should if there's no traps that we saw, he said.
Correct.
Maybe we could scoop the stuff that looks significant and scan it later.
Or just leave it and come back after we deal with that chanting.
Yeah. Okay, that's
idea.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay, so just to confirm, the chanting is coming from this hall, and then this hall is not sure what's at the end of that.
Alright, you guys want to deal with the chanting first?
Yep. So I'm gonna make my way into this, and I can start to see in front of me.
Okay, so you can see through. Someone has to help me with this word again. It's like the gate that comes down from the top
A portcullis?
Portcullis? Okay. There is a portcullis gate basically hanging down into the water here, and this is presumably not passable unless that gate were to be raised somehow.
Alright, so we're not going that way.
Plan B.
The gate, is it can I see what the gate connects to? Is it on a pulley system?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So just inside, you can see sort of up. If you approach fully, I'll show you, or you can probably see it yourself.
Is the gate Sorry, is the gate in the next square in front of me the 3 little ellipses?
Those little dots, yes. So if you see now to your character left, there is a turning mechanism inside this room. Inside the room, from what you can see, there's sort of a black fog in here obscuring some amount of vision, but it would seem like this chanting is coming from this room for sure, and it seems to be coming from a multitude of voices, at least you'd say probably 10 or more.
But there's no way to enter it from the outside, is what you're saying?
You could try and lift it. It's possible that it's liftable, but at this point, no, it does not seem like there's a way to get through clearly.
Rex, you want to try lifting it?
Yeah, I could try that.
Give me a strength check.
1 second. I'm just going to see. 1 second.
Guidance?
Sure. Although I will note that maybe we should check the other hall before we open a gate in front of a room with chanting.
It's probably a better... Yeah.
Fair.
Let's do that.
Okay. Your head starts to ring, Vimrak, as you're just at the bottom, stepping into that black, murky water to prepare to lift the gate, and then others sort of almost in the distance, not actually seeming like they're just a matter of feet away, much further away, so kind of call out and say, hey, maybe check the other direction. You kind of shake off the sound of this like insistent chanting going on.
Okay. So we're going to make our way into the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave it out.
Oh, I forgot to read this. I'm sorry. The stairs descend into murky water, ending at a rusty iron portcullis. Beyond your reach, you spot the edge of a wooden wheel embedded into the wall, and beyond that lies only darkness. Darkness and chanting. He is the ancient. He is the land. But you do... What I said was the same, but you do see that little mechanism.
So I see a hallway with a bunch of alcoves in front of me.
Yes, you do.
Is there any description or just hallway with alcoves?
If you move up a little bit, this presumable prison yawns before you in a dismal gloom. You almost even hear the creak of long disturbed shackles. The walls and floors are stained with a dull red. A macabre trail leads to a lone skeleton at the far end of the hall. Something gleams on its finger, something gold.
At the end of the hallway?
Yep, just down here.
Traps might be.
Traps.
Yeah, Ranger. With guidance, please.
What do you want, perception?
Yes.
And then just add 1d4 to it.
Oh, so close to that 18. You don't sense any traps in this room. At least where you're at going through these areas. You don't sense any traps.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to continue that.
Okay. So you approach what just seems to be, interesting enough, it seems like the blood on the floor is almost slick to a point. You're not sure if it's humidity or if it's that fresh. It doesn't smell fresh in here by any means, but the dampness in this area is quite extreme. So this floor is almost slippery to the touch as you're walking through. You're getting closer and closer. The chant is kind of lessening, and it feels good overall as you head down. But yeah, you can approach that skeleton at the end of the room.
You guys want to see if maybe that skeleton might not be fully dead with the things we've seen? I can attack it from here.
Where is the skeleton? Is it?
Here, I will just make it. It's not alive. It's just a skeleton. I just used that.
Some of the overlapping things.
Hey,
Just had it ready, you know.
just real quick, is there anything in these small little alcoves to the left or right of me?
What you see is basically what you get. There's sets of chains and, basically bindings to hold people in these. It's a pretty dim, dismal place overall, even considering where you've been so far down here. It's not someplace you'd want to be stuck in. There's no light sources in here, and there don't seem to have at any point been any light sources. So it's perpetually dark, and yeah, just a little 5-foot square for each prisoner, if you will.
Okay.
So you can approach the skeleton on the floor. You see a gold ring on his finger. Would you like to take that off?
I'm going to tell the ranger to check the skeleton if it's trapped.
Okay. The ranger is going to move forward. As he's doing that, I'm going to snag him. To your east, as you're kind of, Royce, you're just really cautious of this entire area. You're kind of like, not necessarily swooped down, but you're just taking every step with caution. You know, you're seen as the eyes and ears for the group as best you can. And as you get to this area here, you notice to the east, as you're coming through this section, that the slight change in the chanting seems to sound as if maybe somewhere to the east where Toto's at currently, there might be a false wall. In going that direction, you get to the skeleton, and as far as you can tell, there's no traps. It's just a dead humanoid that was here and definitely has seen better days overall.
All right, so I'll tell Vemrak, yeah, it looks all clear if you want to look through him, but there was something back here that looked interesting, and I'll just come back and kind of take a look.
Okay. I'm gonna go to search the skeleton and take the gold ring that I said.
Sure. If you double click on the skeleton, what happens?
It gives me his character sheet.
Does it show you his inventory? How do I show this as a loot table, Grim? Do you know? Do I have to?
I don't usually bother with that, so I don't know. I just tell people if they search what they find, usually.
Okay, because this is set up as a loot. If you guys double click, you don't get the option to loot all, top right.
No, it gives me a skeleton character sheet with the stats.
Yeah. You can see all of his stats. You can see his attack.
Oh, DM skeleton. It's in the named NPCs, I think.
Yeah, I just converted him over as...
Because I see, or DH skeleton, so I see that it's got 25 gold and 6 gold.
Right,
That's
yeah,
weird.
I'm seeing if I can actually do this real quick.
Yeah, no one can get access to his inventory.
Yeah, we can
So
see
no,
his
so
inventory if you go to features.
the token on the map is not linked to the character that you made as an NPC. They're not the same.
Yeah, I just wanted to turn... Actually, I pulled a regular skeleton.
Yeah.
And I wanted to I changed him into...
DH skeleton?
This does it.
Whoa.
Exit out and then try again.
Oh. Nope.
Same.
Now, in the characters or the actors tab, I can see the DH skeleton and just click on it.
Yeah.
Because there's a split 4 ways from I could hit.
I have to mess with that still. He's supposed to have a gold ring, but I can't find gold ring as a base item, so it's 25 gold worth. So if you want to just split 4 ways, are you splitting 6 gold 4 ways basically? Is that what it says on the bottom left? Is that what it says?
So I see coin distribution, 6 gold, split 4 ways.
Yeah, just do that, and that should send the 6 gold to all of you guys.
It says I must loot from a token.
Yeah, so loot all. And
let me try. I'll drag him there. Does that guy work for you guys?
Boom. Did it.
So now you see his full inventory there.
Although we each got 6 gold. The party, Royce, Toto, and Vemrak all got 6 gold coins.
Oh no, the party's considered.
Oh, but I did.
Oh wait, party observer. Weird.
But I think we each got 6 gold.
Yeah, but that's what it should be because he said it was 25.
Yeah.
Should be 6 gold 20. Should be 6 gold 25 silver.
I have 1 gold right now. What the fuck?
For whatever reason, observer is.
So
it says party, and then in quotations or in brackets it says observer.
I am the party.
You are the party somehow.
So I think
we'll have to figure that out.
I think it divided 25 by 6 with a remainder 1. So probably the modulo goes back to the stupid thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so in that case, just loot all. Yeah, I just.
You got it. Yeah, it just went to 0. Cool. Well, that's nifty.
Mine
Okay.
didn't actually. My goal didn't actually update. The fuck?
On your observer.
It went to the party. When I loot all, my stuff goes to the party.
Well, maybe you shouldn't log in as party.
Oh, my bad. You know, lying
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I think way back
Yeah, okay.
he keyed his character. This is like the first time you log in, or when you log in, it lets
I
you.
didn't
He
create my
did it
character.
under party.
I didn't create the. I never logged in as party. I only ever logged in as observer once it was already created for me.
But you guys made a party token that I had nothing to do
I
with.
didn't.
I don't know.
That.
We'll figure it out. But now I know it works. That's pretty good. I did set up a merchant if we get that far today. So, cool. So I will open up this for you guys. The likes of Royce's a very astute hearing has opened up an additional way, a crumbling sort of wall as Royce sort of pushes into just kind of look at this area, breaks away, and you guys can see now with a little bit of push and shove could probably break away enough to get into this room. What you're looking at now is about a 2-foot drop onto a raised elevation here, and then it's another 4-foot drop into the water below, and then this is raised highest in the room. So let me get the dimensions here before I just say all these things are wrong. Okay, so the place where you're at is about 2 feet above the step below you, and that's 5 feet above the 3 feet above the water itself.
Okay. Before I go in, so we heard chanting come. Do I see any beings in here?
You still do not, but you still hear now that deafening chanting as you're looking inside the room.
Okay. Should I move in?
And there's no way south, right?
As far as you can tell, no.
Okay. Don't see any other way to go.
Okay.
Right behind you, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna step in.
Okay.
Just gonna take one step in.
The chanting stops abruptly as you step into this 40-foot square room. The smooth masonry walls provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and a breach in the west wall leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. We're going to say that it's actually the south wall. So down here, there is a sort of a breach in the area filled with refuse. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to the dry stone ledges that hug the walls. In the middle of the room, more stairs rise to form an octagonal dais that also rises above the water. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above a stone altar mounted on the diocese itself. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of gasping ghouls and is stained with lots of dry blood.
Sounds like a nice place.
Yeah, it's beautiful. A lovely place to have under your house.
Yep. Tell me you don't have one of those under your house?
I know. I bought a cheap house.
Okay.
Shouldn't skip out.
Did we just, for a point of order, did we short rest between now and the last fight, or no?
We
No.
did
Okay.
short. Oh,
Well, actually, while we were tuning, I guess.
you guys probably short rested while we were doing armor.
I think you guys did. I think some of you
Okay.
gained some health, and I think there was a short rest.
No spell
Somewhere.
slots for that,
No
right?
spell slots, but I have class abilities that do
Yes.
reset. So I just wanted to make sure. Cool. So I don't, in a few minutes, ask, can I use this? Cool.
What, are you assuming something bad is going to happen?
I mean, I'm assuming something good isn't going to happen.
What could go wrong in a room full of chanting,
I'm gonna
probably dead things?
hop in. to be here. I kind of want to scope out the perimeter here and check out. Like, I'm gonna slowly walk towards this pile of refuse, and I guess try to figure out if there's anything interesting about it without like walking into it.
Okay. You can get to the bottoms of those stairs, and you can roll a check if you'd like. Whatever you think is best. Yes, observer.
I'm gonna go.
Can't see anything. Nice. What would you?
So for the next 10 minutes, I'm just a little more powerful.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
God damn. Okay. Okay, so you guys got a bit of a timer now. You got 10 minutes, so.
So do I? Is there anything interesting about the bones?
Yeah. It's a rather precarious pile of bones and vines and stuff. You're not exactly sure what it is. If you like to roll a check, you might know more about it, like what you think it might be pertaining to.
Like beyond the perception check?
Yeah.
I think Toto would probably do religion.
Okay.
And I'm gonna guidance myself.
Okay.
Because I can do that. And that's useless. Toto, the bones.
If you want to dig through it, like physically in some way, you might find out more. But yeah, it's the pictorial description isn't as it's large. It's probably 4 to 5 feet tall. It's not a clear, very nicely kept up mound of anything. It's full of some living organisms. It looks like moldy and gross and viney and bony, and it's just this very swamp-like looking mass, if you will.
Well, I'm certainly not going to dig around in it. I'm actually going to back away from it a little bit and just kind of say, I can't figure out what's going on with those bones, but I don't trust it.
I'm gonna go ahead and chill touch the bones in case it's some kind of monstrosity thing.
Okay.
Is that right?
Sure.
Alright.
How much higher did you say this thing was?
If you're in the water, you're not exactly sure how deep the water is because it's just so dark. But from the water's top to where you're standing is about 3 feet.
Yeah, no, but like, how is this? You said this is the tallest thing in the room. So
let's just say that's a little bit taller than where you're currently standing. So maybe another foot higher. So you'd say from the water's edge, it's maybe 4 or 5 feet up.
Is this something where I could jump across?
Yeah, you could probably make that.
You can.
Yeah,
jump,
actually not far at all.
You can jump at least your strength without even needing to roll.
I'd like to do that.
Well, if you
your
move,
chill touch. Let me see. Your chill touch did nothing. It hit and then kind of moved some of the stuff around, but did not have any effect beyond that.
As a general rules note, as long as you move at least 10 feet, you can clear your, I think, strength athletics. Or you can clear your strength score in distance. As long as you move at least 10 feet. So like,
gotcha.
Yeah.
From the prison area over there would be easy enough for sure. Okay, yeah, you have no problem getting across there, Royce, and you're now water free and in the middle of the room currently.
King of the hill.
Is there anything in that? What is in the center where Royce is?
An altar-looking thing. It is grotesque. It is ornately carved with ghouls and undead creatures sort of gnashing out at each other or even possibly you. And it is blood-stained. with a couple kind of bone fragments on it and little I don't even know, like scissors or like cutting instruments, and it looks like a place you'd sacrifice people on.
I'm just gonna call out to Vimrak, hey, come lay down on this table real quick, but I want to try something.
I just blatantly ignore him.
So nothing happened when the two of us... I jumped over as well, so nothing happened.
You guys are here. I'm assuming that you haven't shared a space with it, if you will. But no, it's still a quiet room. You're able to look at it clearly, and it's just a dark, sort of murky eeriness now. Your ears are still ringing from how loud the chanting was, and at this point now, it's almost deathly quiet, the opposite.
Don't worry about what I'm rolling. Okay. Never mind. I have a method for controlling what I think versus what my character thinks.
That's fine.
We should probably... Is the chanting stopped, right?
Yeah, the chanting stopped the second that Vimrak kind of moved in to the room itself.
You said when we first saw it, it was like a dark fog in here.
Yeah, there's like a misty kind of fog. It's you can see each other as, like, I'm gonna say your vision isn't necessarily changed, but there's definitely a mist or almost like a smoke in this room.
What's the ceiling like?
The ceiling's pretty tall. You can't tell exactly. I would say it's at probably about 20 feet high, which is kind of extreme for how deep you already are down in this bedrock here. But as far as you can tell, there's nothing on the ceiling. But it is sort of this smoky mistiness kind of moving around.
Yeah, because I still have my torch out, so I imagine I could hopefully see through a little bit of darkness. Oh, this is odd. Is the gate still closed?
The gate is closed, yes.
Who's in here probably didn't get out, so which means it might be under the water. Or that bone pile. Anyone have anything to deal with water?
Deal with water?
Water monster, something hiding.
Yeah, I do. I have a giant great axe.
I've got a mace. Yeah, I was gonna say, I've got a mace. we got weapons.
I'm gonna go ahead and use a thorn whip to try to take distance to like the bottom
Okay.
of the pool. Just gonna like swing that thing out there. That
10 feet from where you are.
No, that thing goes 30
Oh, I see, 30 feet. You definitely, well, it's hitting water. It's tough to gauge exactly. You wouldn't expect it to be more than maybe 3 feet deep, but it's probably at least 2 feet.
So I think
guess holding my torch over the water, I can't see through it.
It's dark and inky, if you will. It's difficult to gauge much in this room, clearly.
So I think we could mess about with the items in the room beyond, or we could disturb the water, or we could go digging in the bone pile, or touch the altar.
I'm gonna read the book, Toto's book.
Okay. Sure. The book mentions that you've entered the ritual chamber. It states that what did it say? It says it makes note of the chanting having stopped, and even makes like a clever sort of note that it's been a long time since it's heard that, but it's excited for the newest sacrifice. And then it says, observer opens the book and continues to read.
Does it say anything about the bones?
It does not.
Doesn't even say you rummaged through them at all.
In general, yeah. It didn't skip that part.
What if we sacrifice the book? It's probably a horrible idea.
Maybe we can.
Royce just kind of like hums along to himself. That chanting was kind of catchy, and it's so like right in the bullseye, right in the bullseye, right in the bullseye.
Red Bull fly.
Sacrificing the skeleton.
What was that?
Maybe we can try sacrificing the skeleton.
Sure.
To the left.
It's not alive, so who knows what might happen, but...
No fucking clue.
Okay. I'm game
So
to
you
try
want to go back
throwing
and
it on
bring
the
the
altar.
skeletal bones onto the altar?
Yeah, Bemrak
Okay.
will do that.
Okay. So just describe that. Not in grave detail, but no pun intended.
So I walk back to the hallway.
Okay.
Where I took the gold ring from the skeleton.
Okay.
Shows he's missing, but I assume I can pick him up.
Yes.
I'm gonna scoop the bones, keep them intact as well as I can.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back into the room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna leap to the altar.
Okay. You have no issue doing that.
I'm gonna
I'm
point.
gonna like start to stick my foot out, like as if I just pull it back.
Stick your foot out where? On the water or
To
down
trip
the
him?
stairs?
To
trip
trip
him.
him.
Oh. Wait, do you actually do that or?
I said I pull it back. I start to, but I pull it back.
I'm tempted to roll on that, but
While he's doing that, can I religion check the altar?
sure.
I rolled it.
It's from what you can tell, there's some signs and symbols on it. For whatever reason, the general look of it is not noticeable in terms of a actual deity, but seems to have been, if you had to guess, just in the time you studied it here over the last like minute or so, probably was created by like some type of, for a very specific reason, like a fanatical cult or something that was trying to do something specific. Because it doesn't seem to have any ties to a religion that you're aware of, it's probably an offshot of some type of deity craze or some type of prophet, something like that.
They're saying they didn't get this at Cultist Depot?
They did not. And none of the generic symbols that you'd see for the many deities that you're aware of show up here at all, which is more surprising than obviously seeing one that you do recognize.
Before we quote unquote sacrifice this skeleton or attempt to, is this the first thing we want to try?
I mean, I asked if you wanted to lay down on the table.
True.
I feel like we're gonna need blood or something special, but at least the skeleton might rule that out.
All right.
The book, as I'm guessing, Observer, you're still reading the book.
Yep.
The book is just kind of like killing time as the three of your companions are sort of on the diocese here near the altar, and it's just kind of making very basic notes of that. It makes a weird sort of offshot note, almost as if the book kind of has it has a mind of its own in a way, but it makes a comment that let me see here. Wow, I cannot find the name, I'm sorry. And it's a really weird name. Never mind. Just forget I said it.
The book starts to write a note and then scratches it out quickly.
Basically, there's whiteout in the book, and then it cuts.
No, my fourth wall, son of a bitch.
All right. I'll proceed to lay the bones of the skeleton on the altar.
Okay. As you sort of gracefully, as best you can, lay this poor soul's bones on the altar, chanting rises once more. I'll need all of you to roll initiative, but also to roll perception checks. Chanting rises once more as 13 dark apparitions appear on the ledges overlooking the room. Observer, you are near 2 of them. There's one on either side of you. They are not facing you, they are facing the center. Overlooking the room, each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch. But the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it more so than create it. Where you'd expect to see faces are voids. One must die can now be heard chanting throughout the entire cavern. The portcullises, how do you say it again?
Portcullis.
The portcullis stays closed. And observer, what was your perception check? Wow.
Perfect.
You see the hole that was created that you guys started to get through start to brick up in a way that you cannot explain. You're the only one that you and Royce see this. Most of you and the rest of you are completely sort of in awe basically at this, not only sound but also the apparitions that have appeared in this room. You're currently not in combat, but
if you want us to move in initiative order, just start combat with us and then we can roll it and it'll be easier.
I don't think I need that yet.
Okay.
But the blood-stained altar, I'm taking this from like 3 different groups, so you'll have to bear with me. The bloodstained altar seems to speak out and whisper to you dark red tales of death and destruction. At the far end of this vile chamber, all of you sort of notice the mound of refuse and bones and body part starts to sort of roll over or saunter about a bit in the small alcove. Shivers dance down your spine as this one must die chant starts, and all around you these dark apparitions are currently here. They all seem to be the ones chanting. Their voices or their faces are voidless, and they are looking at the diocese. Vimrak and Toto, you are completely just enthralled by what is currently just taking place over the split second since the bones hit the altar. Observer and Royce, I'll give both of you actions first if you'd like to do something, but that hole in the wall is currently being bricked up at an alarmingly fast rate. Like, you think that you can maybe get there.
Can I shoot an arrow to it and tie a rope to an arrow and shoot an arrow through it?
I'm not going to say you could do that fast. The only thing, if you wanted to try and make it there,
what the hell, Tanner?
To get through, I'll say that you and Observer can do that, but you presumably could not stop it. You're just unsure what's going on, but you notice the hole start to close up. So either of you can go next. I don't care which order.
Otherwise, go first.
I mean, I'm not gonna go through it. I'm not gonna just leave you guys here.
Observer.
Sorry, finish off a sandwich.
Oh. Did you want to do anything with the crumbling door that is now being, presumably magically or in your mind, bricked up at an alarming rate?
Can I go over and try to smash it with the magical quarterstaff hit?
Sure. You can move and you can do that action. So all of you are hearing this one must die chant. All of you are looking down to the south, seeing this sort of heap of body parts and bone and refuse sort of start to churn at the bottom. Observer, you kind of lash out at this wall as now the rest of you are noticing the robot creature that you've been with this whole time down here sort of see something the rest of you maybe hadn't. He smashes out at this wall. Brick, what seems to be new brick, if you will, sort of breaks and shatters at your hit. But now it's almost above your head in terms of how high it is. What you hit did do damage, but it seems to just be sort of continuing to brick itself up.
So it's basically repairing itself as I hit it.
Yes, and it's just continuing to the top of the gap that you guys had made. I'll give you one additional action if you want to try and do something, but after that, we're going to start something specific.
Combat, you mean?
Yeah, like maybe.
So looking at the gate thing up here, presumably, can I go up there and begin spinning that?
I'll say you can run over to it, but you can't start moving it yet.
I'll go ahead and kind of jump to the other side and get over there.
Okay, that's fine.
Within range to use it, I believe.
Possibly. The manor shivers with rage. Stone and brick drop from the ceiling above like broken dreams, shattering on the diocese and sending plumes of fetid water everywhere. As that mound of utter death and abomination shambles towards you, the blood pounds in your ears, your heart thunders. Will you fight or will you flee? Have any of you guys ever done a skill challenge? I'm mainly talking to Grim.
I mean, I'm familiar with the concept, but I've never run one.
So I've never run one either, but this sounded like a much better way than how it's written to try and get you guys to live. So I'm going to go over some basic rules of the skill challenge, but effectively how it works is movement and combat are assumed, right? The goal is for you guys to go where you'd like, to escape, or if you have something else, really think outside the box as much as you can here. I'm not going to be as pressed for time just because I'm keeping track of successes or failures, and you don't know what a success or a failure looks like. Failure is not as simple as, oh, one of you dies, and a success is not as simple as, oh, you continue. So just be aware of that. You want to try and think of the best option for each scenario that you're given, if you will. You can use potentially tools to get through these challenges. You can absolutely use skills. You can absolutely use spells. Cantrips we'll get to if that comes up. But I'm going to give you guys basically a problem, and I want you guys to think of the greatest solution. I do have an arbitrary sort of time limit on this to make it not, let's spend 20 minutes trying to figure out every single one of them. But just understand that time is of the essence, but you don't think that it's like you have 10 seconds for each obstacle. And at the same time, what I will hold you to is you cannot use per character the same role more than once. So if you've got big bad barbarian here, can't just bust through every single door or wall or issue that you come up to. If he's going to roll strength once, he cannot roll it again. Any other additional questions?
Just to clarify, probably a dumb question, but you said there was 12 or 13 apparitions that were appearing?
Yes.
Okay, so those combined with the giant fuck all monster that's in front of us, we're assuming we're going to die if we stay. So we have to flee, and that's the challenge, correct?
The apparitions have done nothing but chant so far. The thing in the southern part of this room is absolutely terrifying. You assume you could fight it, but you have no idea, and in this certain situation right now, with all of this happening so fast, your immediate reaction is to not charge in and try and kill this thing.
So, just because Vemrak's a little stubborn, or ultimately stubborn, he kind of stands his ground, raises his axe, and is prepared to fight.
That's fine. You guys can do whatever you'd like. I don't want to try. This is not railroaded. It to an extent it is, but you'll never know how much it is. But the concept, instead of just having you guys run through this house and try and leave or do something else or escape, don't think that there's one way out. There's not. There's multiple ways out. And then there's also written, from what I'm going off of and that I've studied and kind of made adjustments to, there's at least 2 or 3 to 4 options per obstacle that can get you guys through these things. And again, it's not as simple as like, oh, you fail, great, you're dead, or great, you don't make it through. Nothing in this skill challenge is a wall. It's a success or a failure, and I'm keeping track of those, and you don't know what those lead to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So let's do the first one. As if willed by some vengeful spirit, it was never opened. So what do you do to escape from this wretched house of utter death? You guys currently have that as your goal to get out of this room.
So, question. The token looks like there's a kid reaching out from inside that mound of crap. Is that something that's actually visible or no?
No.
Okay.
There are faces and there are body parts and hands and legs, but a kid is not meant. This is a generic token for this creature. Yeah, no, a good question, but not specific to this, no. So, again, I'm not going to necessarily be concerned about movement here. If you guys take more than, let's say, a turn to do something, I would love to give this thing a chance to move. But what do you guys think is the best way to escape this current place?
I'd go with the first most obvious action, which likely won't work, is going to be trying to move this thing to reach the gate.
Okay. Is that what you guys want to try?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
That seems like a good first try, yeah.
Let me retcon a bit of this. I'm sorry, and I may have to do this at points during this time. Observer, as you go up to it, as you initially went up to it before shit hit the fan, you notice that it seems slightly jammed, if you will, because you just kind of like moved it initially. So it's not necessarily broken, but it's not going to be as simple as just twist it and then leave. So do with that what you will.
So you're saying it's jammed?
Partially, yes.
Can I do a perception check to figure out what is jamming it?
Sure.
Okay.
Actually, what was the roll? A 14. You see basically a pretty elaborate amount of gears and sort of pieces that are possibly missing and have fallen into the water below, that are not allowing this gear mechanism to fully raise this gate. If you roll me we're going to start it now. So just so you know, if you roll me an intelligence check, you can try and find those pieces and put it back quickly enough to try and get this thing opened right away.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Is this taking up everyone else's?
Every room gets one check. So you guys decide on what you'd like to do. Someone else can roll it if they want, or someone else can think of a different idea. But let's just use.
When you say combat and movement are assumed, does that mean
they're not going to be tracked in the normal sense?
Okay.
Like initiative might matter for certain things, but you're not like, I'm going to have you guys be in a room and then move to the next. Be in a room, move to the next. Give you options, move to the next.
I see. So this isn't the end, even after we get out of this room, is what you're saying.
I mean,
No.
No. So if I see him like staring at that, can I try to aid him in his check to do this?
Using help.
Well, yeah, just like
I would say I'd rather someone else just do the check itself as opposed to try and aid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, aid provides a bonus to the check.
It does. That's fine. I'm fine with that in this situation.
Because my thought is I like jump over and try to help him search for the pieces and figure it out.
Why don't you just roll a? If both of you want to roll intelligence, I can.
Well, I don't.
I would roll intelligence with advantage.
Yeah, like I would much rather him roll it with advantage than me roll an intelligence check. That's why I would try to help get him pieces. Like
that's fine.
Mechanically, that's way better than fucking Toto trying to do an intelligence check.
That's fine. You can roll this one for advantage. I won't say that help's going to help every single room though.
Sure.
Okay.
You guys, the rest of you guys are okay with this?
Go for it.
Yep. Advantage. 17.
Okay. So, in a hurry, as fast as you can, you look back, you see your two friends on the diocese sort of preparing for battle. Vimrak, in all of his barbarian nature, is like, fuck it, let's take this thing on. Royce is sort of unsure, but looking back and saying, like, hey, what's going on? Like, do I need to start fighting? Or are you guys going to do something? Toto leaps across from the diocese and kind of splashes into the water. In doing so, you can kind of see more clearly and hear those little pieces and gears hitting the bottom. You guys scurry up as many as you can from the bottom and start to piece them into the insides of this sort of gearing mechanism. At first, you jam it forward as hard as you can, just as the stress of this creature is sort of moving in. Nothing happens. You sort of finesse it a bit more and start to feel the turning mechanism happen, and then over the next couple seconds, the gate starts to raise. Do all of you want to run over and escape this room?
I'm gonna yell out to Vemrak and be like, "Forget him! Let's go!"
Vermac, what are you doing?
Against my better judgment, I'm going to turn and, or I'm gonna, before I depart, I'm gonna stare the monster in the face and said, "I'll be back," and then I'll just start to move away.
Okay. That's fine. You see it kind of slam out towards you, and water goes sort of gushing all over the room. It splashes so far it hits up against the northern wall, where most of you are still standing. The creature progresses, but the rest of you, or all of you, are able to run through that room and move into the room to the north.
Okay.
On the way through, once we get into this room, I'm gonna scoop the bone knife, the wand, and the dagger.
Okay.
As quickly as
I'm going to say that takes a bit of time, but you can absolutely do that. And make a note of that in your inventory. And perfect. So you guys get to the staircase here. You have no problems in this current room now. All of you can...
Oh, we have to wait. We should wait for Toto.
Toto, were you not coming?
Grim is dealing with kids.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. That's totally fine. I'll move you guys here.
Said the wall.
And Bemrek's gonna say, "Hey, if you guys want to get the other bags that are in here, you should." He's gonna cough that out, like, you know.
Do you guys?
He totally didn't
grab
matter
as
that.
much as I can.
So none of you.
You had mentioned that there were some bags of some sort. You said
Yes,
there was
there were bags. Are you going to grab those as well?
if they want to. I also wanted to grab the frog too. So if I could grab the bone knife, the wand, the dagger, and the frog, that's what I want.
Okay, that is fine. You can grab all of that.
I'll grab whatever's left.
Shit, reset.
All of you had really shit intelligence rolls and are under high stress, so none of you remember exactly where anything was here. So to add to the fun of this going forward, none of you will have a very clear memory of the current location or the house above once you get here. Should lead to a lovely amount of arguing. So you come barreling up the stairs. The walls are alive with roaches, centipedes that fall onto your heads, all getting twisted in your hair. You come to the fork in the path, straight ahead, or fuck you, straight ahead or to the right. Where will you go?
At least I
You guys
got
can wait
armor.
if you'd like.
Join us.
Is that stairs to the right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. So the hole that Vermac fell into should be right over there.
Yeah, I mean it's still there and it's open and presumably still easy to jump over.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over that.
Are you guys choosing straight?
You guys following me?
So the roaches and centipedes are falling down from all over in this twisted staircase. You come to the fork in the path, straight ahead or to the right. Where do you choose?
I choose straight.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
I'm gonna follow as well.
Okay. Straight ahead will lead you into. Go ahead. All of you can move up. You can now go either left or right.
Okay. Right
I
has
think
the
it was
tombs.
left.
Left has the gear. Would have to circle around to the top. If we go left, we can go straight right. We'd have to.
The shortest route is not necessarily. Just so you know, you never know what each room has. So.
I guess if we want to avoid the tombs, we can always go left.
I'm following you, buddy.
All right, left.
Okay, go ahead and move into that room. You rush through the room. Your light is thrown back by a black mist that boils out from the well in the center of this room. With the wails of the outraged dead thundering in your ears, you have no choice but to blindly navigate the mist. All of you
Is this
can.
darkness or
What's that?
magical darkness?
I
I
did
still have
not
my
mean to make that
torch.
light.
To...
A little mix of both. Let me see here.
I'll just pop a new torch if I have to.
No, it seems magical. So what you guys see is fine. You guys know the general layout of the room, but basically, as you're shambling through this darkness, where were those initiative rolls? Who's in? Do you guys want to get a different order, or you want to go based on initiative? Who's in the back? That I don't care about.
I mean, we don't.
I'm fine with being first.
Do we have initiative rolls shown somewhere? Because I have no idea what they are.
We did
Yeah,
the
No, we never rolled for initiative.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll initiative now.
And then
Weird happened with my character.
Let's roll initiative, and I'll add all of you.
Royce, you've got advantage.
Yeah, so how do I re-roll that?
Just roll initiative again, and I can update it.
I don't know how to do that.
It's from the character.
Right click. Yeah.
Yeah, I like lost my left click abilities. I'm gonna refresh real quick.
Oh, there's a button to reroll. What was the first one? They were like both 8, right? Or if you right click, you can reroll.
That wasn't me that rolled.
Oh, okay.
I'm still not sure how to do it.
It's
This is weird
under.
happened.
I think you can
can't.
re-roll our initiatives, but I don't think we can.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll reroll.
I mean, Royce, you could just roll the d20 and then add 4.
You'll take a 20
Oh, yeah.
from bottom to top. That works.
Anyone else like flick their character and like see like the pop-up options? I don't have that anymore for some reason.
Yeah, it's working for me.
Yeah, like lost the ability to see like the toggle combat and stuff.
Anyone else having that issue?
For what? Sorry.
Like clicking your character, can you see like the options around it?
I see it, but it took a second to load in.
Yeah, mine's not working.
You have to right click it.
Oh, what the hell? I was just doing that earlier. Thanks. I'll just use another torch because I forgot to pull it out. Okay, so we got Royce going first. What are you doing?
I just want to make sure that's you guys' order. Do you want to? Yeah, we'll go off that order. Let me see. Okay, so this room is magically dark. You guys can't actually see anything in here. So you basically need to think of a way to get through this as fast as possible.
God, way to just invalidate my character.
I'm sorry.
So my torch does nothing here.
Your torch does nothing in here. Yep,
So we're
Dark
pretty
vision does nothing in you.
correct.
Okay.
It's an illusion
So-
of choice, man. This whole thing's a goddamn railroad. Sorry, I'm just being.
What about radiant light from?
Everybody, grab hands.
There's no light that's going to work in this room. You're going to have to think of another way to successfully
So
get through here.
we know this is the well room, right?
Yes.
I mean,
No,
it's,
going across the right wall would be the
I'm gonna
way
take
out.
some rope out and string it down along the party so that we're all holding on to something.
Okay, that helps. And then how else are you guys going to kind of navigate this? Imagine just absolute pitch darkness with the adrenaline and the stress, and then the chanting behind you, knowing that that creature is still on its way. So how would you try and get through here as best as you can?
just
I would
Or
say
if you
follow
just
the-
follow
want
the
to go,
wall. Just follow the
Okay.
wall. Like, put a hand on the wall and follow it. It's like one hand on
Okay.
the rope, one hand on the wall.
how's that sound? Good?
Sounds good.
Okay, you guys can all navigate up. So as you shamble through the darkness, something closes around your wrist, Royce. A hand. You shout, but are already too late. Wet, bony fingers pull you towards the well. You slam against the lip of the well, yet the creature still seeks to drown you in those unseen waters. So basically, you guys are kind of going through here. A skeleton comes out from the well itself. Are someone going to try and help Royce here?
I would like to
Can we-
disengage.
I would like to disengage.
Can we, Shatner, with the limited vision we have, can we see that specifically?
You have 0 vision in here, basically.
But
So
you said
all
I
you
shouted.
hear is him shouting out. Yep.
We feel
Okay.
the rope
I'm gonna-
yank, right? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. If you guys are holding on to it, like this thing
Yeah.
is sort of just pulling him towards the lip of the well. So he's basically here, or even here, and then you guys know something's up.
What's happening? What's going on?
Something's pulling me.
I mean, I'll
All right, I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna follow his voice and keep holding onto the rope.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab hold of him,
Okay.
and I'm going to essentially try to free him from whatever is grabbing him. And
Okay.
just pull him backwards.
So roll a strength check. This won't necessarily count against your strength going forward, but you just want to pull him basically away from that. Royce, you're going to take let's take 6 points of damage as this sort of claw initially kind of scraps out at you, like striking your arm, like ripping flesh, and then pulling you towards the lip of the well. The well sort of breaks as that force is done, but Vimrak is able to kind of run over. He stumbles a bit, kind of hits the well as well. Vimrak, you smell this creature. Now you kind of get a sense of like you can hear the echoing now, even more so in this room as you're remembering that the well is directly below you. You kind of grab onto Royce as best you can and just kind of heave him towards like the body of Toto that you know is to your east. In doing so, you kind of hear the breaking of like bone, and it kind of shambles down a bit, but you're not sure if it's completely gone. But the rest of you, and all of you, can get through this room without issue. As you get to this sort of section here, you guys can continue. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. The darkness kind of fades, and then you're now able to see. Royce, you're just a bit wet and a bit razzled, if you will, as that creature came jumping out from the well. You guys can continue into the next room. And then there's actually nothing in this room. You can continue to the next section and to the staircase itself. Let me see. So I'm assuming you guys go running up the stairs as fast as you can. You thunder up the stairs, the wails of the dead around you. The mortared walls pulsate with hordes of spiderlings all fleeing downward. Out of the abyss climbs a spider the size of a boar. All of its mandibles gnashing, the beast unleashes a glob of web. So as you guys are halfway up the staircase now, this massive spider is kind of coming up and shoots out a glob of web. What would you guys like to do?
Where is the spider coming from? From up?
Coming from below you guys. So all of you are running up, let's say in your initiative order. So let's say that Vimrak is in the back, and then this glob of web is basically unleashed.
Hey, can you hold on one second? I have to change headsets. One
Yeah,
second.
you're good.
You say that it just basically like hits the walls behind us.
No, the glob is like in midair basically right now, so you're not exactly
Okay,
sure You assume it's going after Vimrak.
Oh, okay. So it's trying to hit Vemrak to.
Yes, it's trying to slow him down.
Kill it with fire.
Can he dodge?
He cannot dodge. It's basically, let's just say that as you guys are running up, the spiders are coming down the stairs. This spider is seen from below. It shoots a web at Vimrak, and it hits him and slows him at this point. So he's basically like now fighting to get this web off of his feet. And now you guys are faced with fighting this large spider in a very small room.
So we are in combat, or is there saying we have a way of?
There's no. You always have a way. So it's you can think of it as focusing on skills as opposed to combat.
Like to take my sword and start slashing up the web.
You could.
I mean,
It's not going to be a right or wrong answer. It's going to be. Let me go through the last room to give you guys an idea of how it could have worked. I think that'll help in terms of going forward. So, effectively, for the last room, the ways to succeed were to use acrobatics or athletics. Wait, that is not the right one. That is a different one. How did I get out of order?
The dark room. Randomly.
Oh, sorry. So acrobatics or athletics could be used to break the grapple from the skeleton. Insight could have been used to recall one's steps because you guys had explored that room before. Perception could have been used to navigate the darkness by sight and hearing. And you could have heard the skeleton in the actual well before it strikes.
Oh.
Insight's weird, but I'll argue that another time. So can I cast spells right now? Like, is that a
Yes.
thing I can do?
Yep.
Because I think so. This is like a really like big fuck you spider.
Yeah.
I
have the token for it, but it's actually on the other screen. I didn't expect to do it here. It's a big boy.
Is it like a glob of web?
Basically, yeah.
Could I thorn whip the glob of
Yeah.
web to move it in a different direction?
It's already stuck to Vimrak.
Oh.
Is Vemrak completely immobile at this point?
Basically.
Because
It's going to take some time either way to get this off, but it's like, what's the most efficient way? Do you guys think that you could just kind of continue going?
He's a lost cause. Just leave him.
I mean, I've got Sacred Flame that I could just whip at the biggest chunk of the glob, try and burn a bunch of it off.
That sounds like a great idea.
I mean, I technically have
like the
to
best idea
target.
we got.
I guess I have to technically target a creature because of 5th edition rules.
No, I'm fine with you targeting.
There you go. I Sacred Flame the glob, the wherever the glob is as far away from him as possible, but to like burn as much of it as I can with radiant fire.
Okay, so while all of you are now preoccupied running up the stairs, if these spiderlings are coming down, what you presume they're all running towards is this mother spider comes sort of heaving up the stairs from behind and shoots this web at Vimrak. Vimrak hits the floor with a hard thud, almost getting like knocked out just because you're just going as quickly as you can up these stairs. Toto, without hesitation, you turn and you see this web that's sort of subduing your friend. You lash out with Sacred Flame, and it burns away that web, and all of you are able to continue running up the stairs in a very quick manner.
The most effective use of Sacred Flame so far this campaign.
Perfect.
By Torm be blessed. Whatever.
Perfect. This is now very difficult to hear and also hurting my head, so Vimrak, Toto, that should be all of you. So you guys are now in the attic, if you remember, with the
Oh my God, bright light.
the covered furniture.
We can see everything.
Wait, can you?
Yep.
Oh God!
I mean,
damn it!
We've seen the whole house at this
You
point.
can see all the doors too.
Or do that. Or what?
Figure
We've,
token vision.
I mean, you've seen the whole house, unless you're trying to like.
Trying to make us not remember it because we're
Oh god damn it!
dum-dums.
Oh.
The intelligence checks from the beginning might make this a bit harder, but
I have no vision now. Is my token on the map? Hey.
Yeah. Do you have vision now?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, good. All of you can see?
Yep.
Where's Toto?
Right here?
You're right in this, almost at the top of the garbage.
I don't see where I am.
Top right of the map overall.
Do you guys not see your characters?
I don't see my character.
You don't see right there?
Nope.
Are you refreshing?
Has
You should take their vision away.
No? Let me see.
Oh, did you drag new tokens that...
I dragged them from the right.
Have you updated the prototype tokens to have vision?
I guess not. I had vision on, but did that not?
I got you.
You're good now?
I refreshed though.
Oh, okay.
Refresh.
Just refresh.
Reload.
All right, all of you have vision?
I'm still loading.
Oh, I see Raven now.
Oh god damn it.
All I can see is the room I'm in, and you guys, so I'm good.
Yep.
You need to roll initiative again.
No, we'll keep the same one.
Okay, the door we came from, where is that?
That's right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close that.
Okay.
And then move one of these.
Oh, the door you came from is this one. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I opened the one that you guys would know about. Okay, go ahead.
So what is this thing here?
That is a covered standing mirror.
What's this?
That is a love seat.
The left seat in front of the door over here to block it, so it can't
Okay.
open. Actually, which direction does the door open?
Let's say it opens. Let's say it opens out
Okay. So out as in
towards you.
towards me?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will move the left seat with a way to block it.
Okay. You have no problem doing that.
And then I'm gonna start moving forward.
Okay.
Good with that?
Amazing. I see Toto's mouse over the door. So, yes.
It wasn't
I have
opening for
zero-
me.
Jesus
Why
Christ.
can't I see over here? Oh, I only have other people's sight.
Because you don't have dark vision.
Oh, my torch got
Oh,
removed.
your torch
Damn it.
is not on. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you guys, dust chokes the attic where once were windows are now bricks. Whatever spirit that haunts this wretched house clearly has no intention of letting you leave. There's nowhere to go in this room but down. I really need to set up.
Whoop.
Hold on.
I don't know what just happened, but that was fun.
I'm dragging you guys over to the stairwell. Who did I miss?
Them wreck.
Oh, you're way over there.
Need to keep going down, don't we?
Yeah, I'm pinging down as in down.
You guys want to go all the way down?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't move tokens. Let me see if there's anything here. Yeah, you're good. I'll come back for you. This is
I'll
such
come
efficient.
back for you.
Much well.
That side.
Hey, we
VTT
did
for
it.
the win.
I know, right? Like, I really gotta check that that area. So you can. Hey, now hold on. He's out. He did it. Fuck.
Go, go, go!
Okay. Okay. You're gonna make God lock the door. All right. Jesus Christ. Hey, two can play this game, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Well, the funny thing about
exactly.
that one is I can just turn it off.
I know. Okay. So do all of you go into this final room now, getting your bearings a bit, running down the stairs, I'm guessing?
Yep.
I think we're trying
Yes.
to
Seeing
leave.
as it's the way out, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the mahogany door slams shut with ominous thunder behind you. You look about the room, desperate to escape. And when you look back, the bottom half of the door, the door at the front is the one that slams shut. The one behind you is what it's referring to now. The door has been replaced by brick. Defying all logic, the wood has melted into rows of moldy brick. You blink, and you're mounting horror in that span of a second. More than half the door has been covered. You keep your eyes wide open so as not to cast away your chance at breaking down the door, and that's when a fetid cloud of filth rolls in, stinging your eyes and drawing tears. The walls are brittle now, even rotten. The wallpaper hangs in slivers, and behind you, the plaster starts to fall. You hear the scurrying of rats all around you. So you have the option of potentially trying to jump back through the door to your north or doing something else in this room.
I would like to go through the door to the south.
That one is locked, and you can bang on it, but that one looks very sturdy. If you guys can choose one action to do in here at this point. So if you want to use Thieves' Tools to try and get out the front, that's fine. You can try and jump back through, and the walls in this room, again, are looking very rotted in the directions of the house itself. So to the north and to the east as well. And the rats seem to be coming.
Well, Thieves' Tools is an option. Anybody got anything else?
Are you even in this room right now?
Yeah. Are you even in this room?
Where'd he go?
Oh,
there
you're
he
underneath
is.
him.
Yeah, he's moving.
You're underneath me. Okay, let's just get it straight.
Let's be honest.
Well, you said that the bottom door was like becoming brick.
The door that you guys initially came through is becoming bricked up. It's trying to trap you in this room. That door was slammed shut as you got here.
Yeah, and there's still fog outside, right? Or I guess we can't see it.
When you first came around the corner and looked down through here, you did see the outside. The fog was not encroached all the way against the house, but was definitely still outside.
Thieves' Tool against a door that's probably not normally locked, I'm guessing.
So you said the wall to this way, it looks like it's rotting?
Yes, the walls that are not exterior walls are sort of crumbling and rotting, but it looks like rats are sort of in them as well. So it may be a way to escape that direction, besides having to try and jump through the room or the wall that's kind of being bricked up currently to the north.
Maybe we could try and bust through the wall and find windows.
So you're saying you want to bust through the wall with the rats?
Want to is a strong indicator, but it seems like of the pathways, like I guess I'm thinking like this door is magical, maybe the walls are an illusion, and if we smash through we can try to get out some other way.
Assuming there's not a super rat on the other side of that wall.
It's a thought. I'm not saying it's a good one. It's just a thought.
I would like to just try to jump through the north side. Use an acrobatics check or something.
What's the party vote? I vote thieves' tools.
I would say give Thieves' Tools a try. Primarily, well, yeah, I would vote Thieves' Tools.
So maybe this is retconning or what? I don't even know what retconning is, but maybe I shouldn't be asking this. Do Thieves' Tools not work against a magically locked door? Is that the deal? Like, is it only?
You would assume that would be the case, yes.
Okay, so that's a bad idea.
You would assume that's the case.
Vemrak still thinks it's a good idea.
Vemrak doubles down.
Vemrak's never wrong.
He also has a very bad memory, so that helps.
So
I guess I'd
jump this way.
Yeah, I'll vote for
I
trying
would.
to go north, I guess, then.
Okay, who's giving me a dexterity roll?
That would probably be me. Oh wait,
I got
15. Never mind. That's gonna be.
I got +6.
All right,
Yeah,
Royce, you're gonna try and help everybody to quickly get through that door before it goes. Oh my god, you son of a bitch! Do I give it to Defender on this one?
You got Defender, right? In which case, yeah, Defenders win.
Yeah, I guess you guys are the Defender, right? That's fine. So with quick succession, you guys decide to jump back, hurtling through this door. It then bricks up behind you. This door is open, and you hear the sound of wolves inside that room.
Oh.
Let me see here. Yeah, I'll give you that. You guys are clearly through. The house is loud in general, so you assume that you've not necessarily been heard. But you hear the sound of wolves, and for those that remember, there were some stuffed wolves in that room. They now, at this point, may have come alive. This door to the door to your north is locked, except for this door is bricked up. The kitchen door is not bricked up. And let me find.
Can I close that door?
You presume, yes.
Wink. No more wolves.
To the kitchen?
Yep.
To the kitchen or back up the stairs?
Make it sound
kitchen?
Like we should go upstairs.
No, I'm just saying that's what's not bricked or into the literal.
I think there's a bunch of glass back here, right? There was I think there might be glass that we can break if I recall from my shitty memory. I could be completely wrong though.
Find out. So you said the door on the right?
Yes, that door is openable. The oven shrieks as you rush towards the dumbwaiter. The pipes all groan and bulge, and from the oven erupts a gout of flame. The dumbwaiter is still a small-sized device, but now currently all of you need to I'm sorry. Yes, all of you need to make a dexterity saving throw now as sort of fire sort of bursts out from the oven itself.
The dexterity save?
Yes.
Hold on, I think I get advantage, right?
Oh yeah, with your special thing.
Observer, you take 6 points of damage. Royce, you are able to dodge back out through the room itself. And then maybe it's best to just have one token for this. We just assume you guys are all the same token, the same mind.
How long has it been
you are fine.
The room below?
You can assume that your thing is still up.
Okay.
Let's say that you still have
5 minutes or something.
Yeah, 4. I was going to say 4. Let's do 4 minutes. So yeah, the kitchen is now sort of erupting in some flame. The dumbwaiter is still there, but all of you are too large to use it. That's the dumbwaiter over here.
You guys want to go up or try and deal with wolves?
Am I taking damage?
Have you taken damage? You took 6 damage, yeah.
Yeah, it was flashing 2 on me. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
I don't know what that was either.
Hey, we can't see each other's health bars anymore, by the way. Just
No,
small.
I need to adjust that on the...
I say we move forward.
Is that-
Yeah, where's forward?
Is forward up or wolves?
Wolves.
The thing is whatever is controlling this place might need to die for us to get out of here, is my guess. Because this is going to brick up the windows if we get near them. Like, there's something causing all of this. Trying to make the house kill us.
So
Maybe from
the
the soul.
husband's body didn't go to rest. So we could
So-
try to see if the husband is upstairs.
I think that would be a good idea. So, we move upstairs?
Is my
okay with
book
that?
saying anything?
Yeah, I'll read out.
It is documenting all of this, taking note of the door slamming at the front just in the worst/perfect time. It mentions the fact that there is now a pack of wolves in the den. It is now a literal wolf den. It makes a comment that whatever was been cooked in the kitchen that was good to or that was like good to the taste before has now created something utterly disgusting, and a burst of flame has lashed out at you guys. Some of you took some damage, and it mentions that you guys had rushed down the stairs, having closed the door in the attic room that had the covered furniture in it.
Yeah, let's just go upstairs.
You guys are going back to the 3rd floor?
Mm,
Which floor?
Wherever the father was.
Here, you guys know which floor that was?
That was the 2nd floor, right?
This is the 2nd floor.
Pretty dumb, so I don't remember apparently.
Let me see. And you guys literally don't remember, which is also part of the fun.
I think it was the 3rd floor, actually.
This is locked. This is locked.
Wherever the because there was that bathroom.
Which I think was on the 3rd floor.
You guys going up one more.
I think it's over this way.
Oh, is that the 3rd floor? Oh, that's right. There's 4 floors. I thought there was 3 total floors.
So, as you guys are coming to the very top here, the door to the bathroom bulges, buckling at its frame. There comes a crack and wood splinters. A flood of filth comes crashing out, threatening to throw all of you back down the stairs.
Well, that's just unsanitary.
It is very disgusting and also very unsanitary. Yes.
It was going down the stairs, apparently.
What was that?
You said the gross water is coming down the stairs.
No, it's coming from the bathroom, which is here. And it's rushing around, and it's threatening to basically throw all of you back down the stairs in its filth. I'm sorry, Royce, you're stuck outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are we doing?
My bad. So all of you are basically on the stairs, and you can decide to try and do something to stop this filth from pushing you back down.
Can we run past it and get over to the doors over there?
Yeah, if one of you wants to roll in athletics, you can try and basically get to the other side before the mass of it sort of flushes out. That is an option.
You want to do that?
I got a +3 athletics.
Can you guidance him?
Sure.
Okay, so was that 1d4?
Yeah. Yeah, guidance is one action, yeah.
Damn. Okay. So we'll say in this situation, Royce kind of calls out as he hears the creak and the crack and has an idea that it's probably something disgusting that's going to come crashing out from this bathroom. As he's thinking that, his biggest fears come true. The door burst open, splinters of wood, and then a gross, black, disgusting smelling mud almost comes kind of gushing out. With that, you see him rush up to the corner over here. He does so, and the rest of you follow suit. Over the course of the next 30 seconds, you guys are as close as possible as you can to each other, and just a gushing of disgusting blackness comes pouring down the stairs and then seems to subside. You kind of hear this now ominous sort of bricking sound as the bathroom itself seems to be bricked back over. The only two doors that seem to be available now are to your south and to your north. If you guys remember which was which.
North was the bedroom, I think.
North was the kids, south was the nursery and the weird lady that we...
That is...
To the north?
I love the fog of war.
North was, I thought, to the bedroom.
Yeah, I'm pretty...
Do I have it all
you
wrong?
You can just shut the hell up. We're trying to communicate here. You're just laughing maniacally in the background.
You're laughing like a pack of uneducated hyenas.
Uneducated wolves.
It doesn't help that it's been like a month and a half.
Oh no, the kids are up here.
Know, right?
Sorry, yeah, the kids are there. Yep. The master bedroom is there. That's
the bathroom is right here.
Let's go to the master.
Yeah, little do you know that we took screenshots of all this shit before.
Right. So you guys open that room. The master suite has grown deadly cold. A well-dressed man paces the room while a woman stares at herself in the vanity. Her eyes are scornful, as if to wonder why she wasn't enough for her husband. You recognize the Dursts alive and in the flesh. How or why doesn't matter. The two fall between bouts of silence and explosive rage, arguing over Gustav's infidelity. You look to the corner of the room, to the balcony, that sweet, sweet balcony, the gate to getting the hell out of this accursed manor, and in the doorway spins rusted scythe blades. You look back, Elizabeth is glaring at you, and she snarls, "Servant, get out! Get out! Come back only when the bastard's been born." You notice with mounting frustration that while Elizabeth snarls at you, the scythe blades spin and pick up speed, spinning ever quicker. At the same time, you hear the yells and screams of chaos from the south door as women seem to be bickering and a woman seems to be crying in labor.
So we want to make a dash for the balcony, right?
I mean...
Through the blades?
Turn undead seems potentially useful here.
Yeah.
If they are undead. Well, if she's angry and I can turn her, it might stop the blades. Or slow them down. I thought the
blades were coming from behind us.
They're in the door, right? So the door has blades in it, and when she gets angry, they get faster.
Okay, so where's the balcony at?
The balcony you guys see is... I'll just put you all in the room. The balcony is here.
Oh.
Can you mark where they are?
She's at the vanity, so she is here. And then the Gustav is just pacing sort of they're kind of like, Gustav is pacing sort of right in front of you, if you will. And then Elizabeth is staring at you at the vanity.
What if we were to tell them that their kids need help?
You want to roll persuasion?
I'm asking the party.
Okay.
If we see a balcony a way out, I'd say fuck them, fuck the blades, and we just make a mad dash to try to get out.
Well, going through the blades might not be the smartest idea.
The blades aren't blocking the balcony. The blades are blocking our way out, like the way that we came back through.
No, the blades are here.
Yes, the blades
are
are
between us and the balcony.
Okay. All right, never mind then.
That's also a balcony, so can exactly get out there and jump.
Rope.
And, like, rope our way down.
I'll read it again, just to give you guys the point
Obviously,
possibly of this room.
We obviously have to get out because it's said that's the escape.
Okay.
So we need a way to figure out how to make the blade stop. Turn undead might make her angry as well. Mentioning the kids might not be great because they obviously didn't care about their kids if they locked them in to die.
And you do hear, though, she made a comment about until that bastard's born, and you do hear someone screaming to the south.
Was that until the bastard's born?
So let me read it one more time, because there's a lot in this one. The master suite has grown deadly cold. A well-dressed man paces the room while a woman stares at herself in the vanity, her eyes scornful as if to wonder why she wasn't enough for a husband. You recognize the Durst alive and in the flesh. How and why doesn't matter. The two fall between bouts of silence and explosive rage, arguing over Gustav's infidelity. You look at the corner of the room to the balcony, that sweet, sweet balcony, the gate of getting the hell out of this accursed manor. And in the doorway spins rusted scythe blades. You look back, Elizabeth is glaring at you, and she snarls, "Servant, get out! Get out! Come back only when that bastard's been born." You notice with mounting frustration that while Elizabeth snarls at you, the scythe blades spin, picks up speed, spinning ever quicker.
What the scythe blades that we see? What is the size? Is it taking up like the entirety of the doorway? Is it at full level?
It's not something that you could easily get through unless they were stopped or slowed down, you would assume. You would take, if you were just to run through them, you would assume you would take considerable damage, potentially like deadly damage at your guys' level.
It's
from these
deadly
blades.
Cold in that room. So maybe we need to go look at the bastard and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like 3 traps in this room. And we can't solve any of them because they're also alive. So scratch my turn undead idea.
Let's go see the bastard.
Was the one on the right was the nursery, right?
So to the south. As you rush towards the door, you hear a woman shout out, "Tell me to push one more time, Inala. One more time, and I swear to Morning Lord." But as she curses, they are quickly consumed by cries of pain. You peek into the room. Women crowd around a young girl laying in a bed, her feet up. Her face twists with pain while a midwife says, "The baby's crowning, but, oh God, its ankles are first." The balcony is the only way out of this accursed manor, lies nearby, and with frustrated horror, you see that the door has been replaced by bloodied scythe blades that seem to spin even quicker when the girl's contractions rage.
Jesus. So we can't go in either door. I mean, I could always try thorn whipping the lady into her own scythe blades.
Oh my God! Christ! Just start pushing people into for what?
Hey,
just to make
she's
them
the
bloodier?
one making him spin.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
What is this?
What
right
movie
here?
is this?
What was that? That is a
Do I
locked
know?
door
Do we know
that had it was a broom closet.
Can I search the broom? Can I search the broom closet to see if there's any like substantial furniture I could take to maybe like halt the blades if I stick them in there?
Let me see. It says dusty shelves line the room or the walls of this room. A few shelves have half-folded sheets, blankets, and other bars of soap on them. There's a cobweb-covered broom leans against the far wall. and
I would like to jam
Other-
this
I mean-
as the bar of soap.
Well, why don't we
So-
just tell her that the baby's coming?
If this whole house feeds off of fear and rage, maybe the answer is to just not. Like, maybe the answer is to not engage with it. Like, we're running around like crazy people, and there's angry spirits, and if we just let the spirits run themselves out, maybe that ends the cycle for long enough for us to do something. Like, it seems like this house wants to drive us into its anger and rage. I don't know.
Emrak's definitely not a pacifist.
Well, you can try the sides.
Well, I think we can tell the lady of the house that the baby's coming.
Go tell her it's a breech birth.
I mean, it may calm her down.
Well, I mean, she probably wouldn't be happy either way, but she may go and see, which may give us a chance to get through the blades.
Right.
Let's try that.
what were you doing?
We're gonna tell the lady that the baby is coming now.
She looks at you with even more anger than you've seen on her face thus far and says, "I'm well aware of that. I can hear the screams. I told you to not come back until the baby's born."
Fucking hell.
We gotta go
How
birth
close
that
is
baby.
the baby?
What was that?
How close is the baby?
She's pushing. You peek into the room. The women crowd around. The baby's crowning, but oh god, it's coming ankles first. The balcony, the only way out of this accursed manor, lies nearby, and with flustered horror, you see that the door has been replaced by bloodied scythes that seem to spin even quicker whenever the girl's contractions rage.
Okay,
So the baby
so
isn't actually coming at all. It's just stuck in limbo, is what you're saying.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you'd
Okay,
think the midwives would just pull it out at this point, but whatever.
Again, it's a skill challenge, so it wants you to think of something to try and make the shitty situation better. So there's
Pull
so
the baby out.
big brain play. Thorn whip the ankle and pull the baby out.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm not joking. Like, we need to birth that baby.
It would probably kill the ghost baby, which may make them even more upset.
So in this room, though, I'll note that the scythes are not on this door. They're on the door to the balcony, so you can enter this room.
Oh,
so
that
they're
was-
on this door.
It says you see that door has been replaced with bloody. So the only way
Oh,
out
that
is
one
the
down there.
accursed manor lies nearby. With frustrated horror, you see that the door to the balcony has been replaced by bloodied scythe blades that seem to spin even quicker. Yeah, you're not stuck in this room. You can enter this room.
Okay,
So you
well,
can
that's
enter
the
this one.
I'm
And
a,
she's not there.
I guidance her to give birth.
Did you want to roll something to help in the birth?
Well, it's really I would be helping her in the birth, so I don't know how that works.
Your help.
You could try a medicine check.
Toto just struts up. Need a hand?
See,
Um,
I might have proficiency in medicine. Let's see.
Yeah, does somebody?
Yeah,
I have a plus.
+6.
Okay, I have a +4, so I don't know.
I can medicine it.
Yeah,
When a guidance.
yeah, I'll guidance you on helping birth this baby.
I could try to intimidate her into giving birth quicker.
Yeah, damn.
Are we doing a medicine check?
There we go. Did you get
Are you
the
gonna guidance
guidance on there? Well, he rolls the guidance. I don't roll it.
1d4.
It says +4 +2. Is that already done?
No, there you go. It's
+1,
18 is
18.
the total.
Okay.
As the spore
So-
druid comes over to help.
Yeah.
This whole party
The
of weirdos walks in
spore
the room and they're like, "No, we'll
robot.
help you. We'll help you."
The women look up, concerned, but also in a need of any help they can get. You come over and you assure them that you can help in this birth, and that changing the baby's direction of coming out is what has to be done. You spend the next 2 minutes helping the midwives and instructing them with your knowledge of medicine, and get the baby to. Walter comes out ankles first, or comes out head first, and the scythe blades stop spinning altogether.
Okay. I'm gonna hand the baby to one of the wet nurses.
Okay.
Dismiss me down.
And you hear now a sudden rage as Elizabeth is probably coming down the hallway. You can't tell exactly. But
Congratulations, Mazel Tov, L'chaim, peace out.
Knowing that the bastard has been born, her shrieks of rage and Gustav's attempts to calm her are not seeming to work anymore. There's a sort of a silence in the room now, as while the baby and the mother are currently safe from the dangers of childbirth in Barovia. There seems to be obviously further issues that could happen, of which you guys know all about. So you escape onto the balcony, a sharp wind blows, and the world itself seems to fall to misty depths 1,000 feet below. With the wails of the damned and depraved behind you, the cliff dropping onto the void below is all that you see. What do you do?
So I think the only thing we can do is rope down, right?
I'm gonna. Is there anything on the balcony? Any objects, like any chairs or tables or anything?
Outside, I'm gonna say nothing really survived too much. Out here, there are some. No large furniture, no.
Okay,
I'm gonna like leaves and rocks and dirt and stuff like that.
I'm going to take one of my crossbow bolts out of my inventory,
Okay.
and I'm going to drop it and see if we can hear. See if I can hear, how far down it is. Just try to get an idea.
Okay. So you take out a crossbow bolt, you kind of throw it off the balcony, and then just a matter of seconds later, you hear it hit the cobblestone below.
It's an illusion, Michael.
So does that? Okay, so does that confirm that it's not as high as we think it is?
Yes.
Okay. Let's rope it, bitches. I'm gonna tie rope around my body.
Okay.
To be the anchor and secure. And
Okay.
I'm gonna tell everyone to start climbing down one by one.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't even wait for him to fully tie it, and he kind of like stumbles. I'm like just shimmying down.
Get me the fuck out of here. The mist. So you guys can make it down. You realize that while if you look down, it seems as though you have an infinite amount of height to continue scaling, but out of a complete illusion and an unknown way to you, you somehow hit the bottom. And then you are. Where are you going? Where are you going? Fuck off! All of you are just running. Whatever.
Fucking place.
Perfect. It's good for the last section. The mist cling to you in every stride. In the moaning wind, you hear the squealing of metal. The gate to get into this area, whereas the original gate that you guys came through, is closing shut, and with it, your only chance of salvation. As you rush through the courtyard, two figures appear, Rose and Thorn. The girl shouts at you, "You can't leave us here. You can't."
We put them to rest.
It's not them. It's the fakes from the beginning.
Ah.
So just run past them.
Yep.
Fuck off.
I put those
Wait,
bones to
that's
rest. I am
fine.
not sticking around to see what.
Is Thorn holding like his little bear or his little like toy?
He is. If you guys don't think it's real, you can roll a skill to try and confirm that in your minds, because you believe they've been put to rest.
Is that
Yeah.
You wanted to
insight?
roll for that?
That works.
Or...
I'm pretty good at that. Does anybody have a better than a 1d6?
Nope.
Or a d6? Or a... Okay, well...
Hey, got it.
Yeah, insight that,
Nice.
bitches.
So, as you're running past and you're looking at the drawl of these two kids that you've spent so much time with over the last tormented hours, you are able to recall the subtle differences and mannerisms between these children and the ones that you met before. You believe this is the house's last-ditch effort to keep you inside.
I'll just hold my shield up with the seal of Torm on it as I run by and like, you're not real.
So let me see here.
I really want to smash Royce with Thorn with my axe, but
so you guys don't know the number of successes or failures. And how many failures do you think you guys got, just out of curiosity?
3. 0.
No, I definitely failed the strength check.
I mean, I don't know.
I was just curious.
I would guess
I think
2
failures.
Depends on how much of an asshole whoever wrote the skill check was.
How do we do this last part? The
Were you supposed to be keeping track of our successes and failures the whole time?
No, I
forgot.
I did. It's just, it's kind of written in a way of like it all kind of culminates here at the end as you're running towards the gate. So at the balcony, who was the last person to come down the balcony?
Vemrak would have been.
Yeah, because you were the rope
Vemrak
anchor.
was the last one.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
So I would proceed to tie the rope to the balcony and then let myself down.
You're the last one down, so you're at the end of all this.
Yes.
Running. So the gates are closing. You push yourself into a sprint, but it's too late, Vemrak. You begin to flail. Your wounds and your aches, they all become too much as you come to this point at the end. There wasn't enough time. The gate shuts with an ominous thunder, and you see your 3 friends on the other side, and that's when the mist rolls in. Gone is the gate. Gone is the surrounding area and any hope that you may have sheltered in your heart. The mist slips down your throat like a lover's tongue. Pain blooms in your lungs, and every inch of your body hurts. You can't breathe. The 3 of you run for the gate. You get there, you guys kind of like brush off this interaction with Rose and Thorn as if it was no issue. But as you guys stated, it was sort of a fuck it, let's go. You show the shield, you're out of here. You get to the outside, you notice something in the road that looks like a coffin. And on top of it, there are candles lit, and there is what seems to be a makeshift meal placed in the center of the street. As you notice that, you hear the last yell of Vemrak from behind you, and none of you had taken notice that he was falling behind, and the house seems to have sort of enclosed him or encapsulated him, and the gate is shut. Royce, having been as close to him as you were, you kind of run to the gate and attempt to pull on it, but it seems to be too late as you feel the mist's pain attack you as well, kind of as you're trying to yank on this gate as best you can. I don't
yank that hard.
I'm going to pull Hasiri up. I'm going to... Give me 1 second to pull Hasiri up.
Rip. In pieces.
Well, the important ones made it.
So just Hasiri, or just Vemrak is experiencing this. The rest of you are kind of looking on in despair as your friend did not escape. Hasiri, an inky black void sort of seems to drip in front of your vision initially as it came from black, and then blackness comes into a slight view as you see a hand kind of above you that's kind of reaching out. A distant hiss can be heard. A hand reaches out closer and starts to envelop your soul. You hear a being say, "I can free you from these quiet dead." Blackness takes over again. An unknown amount of time passes, but your vision is filled with the red glow of a skeletal figure above you. I have a picture of this Again, only Hasiri sees this sort of creature reaching out towards him. Its gaze seems to be on you specifically, but you notice others behind it, large as well. Without speaking, you understand that an offer for your life is being made. Do you take it?
So it's take the offer or die, essentially.
Yes.
I'll take the offer.
Okay. The creature starts to dissipate, and you feel your body sort of come back to normal. You start to awaken partially outside of the house that you had presumably died in, but I want you to roll me a d4. The creature never speaks, but in some way, shape, or form, you're able to communicate with it fully over this unknown amount of time. You feel your body change as you're kind of coming to again outside of the house, and somehow, some way, you feel as though you've been changed fundamentally as a character. You are unsure exactly of what sort of maybe curse or abilities you've been given. But for those that were outside the house and saw Vemrak sort of fall and be engulfed, it's a shock to kind of see him, let's say, around the corner as he's coughing and coming back to life. So, Hasiri, I'm going to send you... Oh, man. I'll let you choose, Vimrak. Choose wisely between these.
Choose wisely.
Are we going to be taking a break at all tonight?
Oh, we can.
Versus who's got to choose. He's got to choose a,
You can also choose from this one if you want.
Half his life.
No.
Remove all of his, half his damage.
Fuck off.
Half the size of his dick.
Half the damage.
I really wanted a quiver boy to carry my quivers around. Or my
You
arrows.
see those, Vimrak?
So,
Yeah, I'm trying to read them without the fucking cackling in my ear.
Yikes. You can post him if you want. I don't know, you guys want to help him?
No, that's
Can
my
you choose
choice.
it yourself? Alright.
Can Ben Mac read?
Yikes. We'll just see after this.
Can we like take a quick minute break so I can like decide on this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do a break now.
Cool.
Yeah, and Vimrak, you can choose to announce these or not, but it's up to you. Or if you want to talk to me, you can kind of like adjust one a bit here or there, but I think they're all kind of cool. But
Can I pull me up into a channel?
I just AFK. Let me grab you back up. I'll go get some more water right now too.
That was a fun murder house. Now I think the next thing I need to do is just like take one of my torches and just toss it out of the house to light it on fire. Burn the whole fucking place down. You guys agree, disagree?
You can try. I doubt it'll work.
Wait, can I not hear you?
Hello?
There you are.
Am I there?
Yeah, you're there now.
Did I get quieter?
You weren't saying anything.
Oh, it's the voice sensitivity. Oops. I said you can try, but I doubt it'll work.
The attitude.
Good thing I didn't Google skill check Death House. before we started running this.
How bad is it?
Oh, I found the module. It's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of DM resources that say do skill checks or skill challenges. But this is one that's actually like well written out.
Oh, neat.
Oh. I never realized rangers were on the high end of the hit point dice. Weird.
Seems odd.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why the ranger had more hit points than me, but rangers get D10 and clerics get D8.
Weird.
Clerics also
Good, bro.
clerics probably also have better armor and a lot more mitigation.
You can also heal.
Healing shouldn't matter because healing's more of a party consideration.
Not when I play the healer.
No, I mean like having one party. I think it is like you would assume a party has one healer.
Yeah, I was joking.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I got you.
I do that a lot. If you haven't
Yeah.
picked up on it.
My humor like either is completely working or is completely dead. I have no middle ground. I'm assuming it's the armor because you would assume that a cleric has what, like medium armor at worst, probably.
What's your EC?
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 15.
So I can.
And I rolled pretty high on my. What is it that affects that?
Um,
It's dexterity. Yeah, I got a +6 on my dex.
yeah, let's see. Your leather armor, it's 11 plus a 4 cap on your armor. Whereas I have chainmail and a shield. And at some point, if I get heavy armor, I'll be up at like 20, maybe 22 at some point.
How are we doing loot? Like, are people looting individual? Like, is that all shared? Or if there's something shiny, we just grab it?
Yeah, if we need something like works out better for someone, we just say it, and then that person will get it. Otherwise, it goes to party loot, so we can sell it later.
Okay.
I mean, usually it's like, I don't know. I would prefer to just like negotiate amongst us. Like, if we get a cool magic item, who is it actually going to be most useful on?
I guess I was just. It seemed like Siri was pretty on it as far as running around and grabbing stuff to sell later on. I didn't know if we all needed to be that way or if it was a shared thing or.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Shatner's just going to require that we know what the hell we have.
Yeah, I mean, he could totally be like, it's all my loot. I'm the one that got it. And we'd be like, fuck you, asshole.
Yeah, because the party loot character has Alchemist's Fire, a bullseye lantern, a pouch made of human skin, some moss agates. Yeah, most of the stuff is in here. I found your module.
What?
The module for Escape from Death House. I found it.
Hey, don't cheat.
We finished it.
Oh, I know. I did not go as planned. It was way rougher than I expected.
How many did we fail?
I failed enough to have one person die. How about that? No. The balcony, you guys were it was fine. The birth was fine, and then the stairwell with the spider was a success, and then the initial one was a success. I think the rest were failures. But are we all back?
So.
Oh, water's so good. So, you guys are sort of stunned, tired, exhausted. You guys turn around and starting to let the emotions of Vemrak's death sort of start to wash over you. In that, you hear like a coughing sort of around the corner, if you will, from the house. I'm going to put him over here. He's not fully awake yet, or he's not fully like come to. And then don't forget as well, in the road, there's a little setup for you guys, if you will. So you guys can take it from there.
There's a little setup? What do you mean?
A coffin with the candles and a meal laid out on it. Which seems pretty sketchy.
Nah.
No, I'm famished.
So, go to Vemrak and be like, dude, what the fuck just happened?
He's still coming to, but as you rush over, you are immediately taken aback as you notice that his eyes seem to have been gashed out, and there's blood running down his face.
Fuck, is this something I can heal with magic?
You can try.
Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead and try to cure light wounds on him.
Okay.
So select.
Vemrak, you will say that you are starting to come to and you're able to sort of speak now as well.
Go to cast. Assume. Healing.
Am I like? What is my memory like? Do I know?
You're
How
oddly
everything went
aware of, everything that kind of happened. It's still obviously a shock in terms of living it now for the first time, so you have quite an adjustment to make. But now for the first time, you're sensing differently. 7 health, he is happy to get. Vemrak will say that puts you to full life. And yeah.
I'll kind of like take my hands to my face and like feel the empty sockets, just kind of in disbelief almost.
And I'll be like, dude, what the hell just happened? And I'm assuming we're not actually outside the house right now.
No, you are.
We
I
should.
thought we had to run to gates.
You did. There's just this gate is written a bit differently.
Wait, so we went down the balcony and...
You're outside. You're fine. There's a gate around the house. It just doesn't show it. Basically,
okay,
like
so
there's an
we
overall gate. The balcony goes to the outside of like the grounds, and then you're outside. We'll just say you're outside the gates now.
The road.
Yeah.
So as I'm kind of coming to my senses, so to speak, I just kind of slowly stand up and just say to the group, we need to leave this place. There's ungodly things about. And I'll just start walking towards the exit.
How do you even
And
know where
you
the
get-
exit is?
And you guys just like notice for the first time that you've met Vemrak that he doesn't carry the same kind of boastly posture, and he's not nearly as intimidating as a 7-foot figure, would lend you to believe. And something has definitely happened. Obviously, he's missing his eyes, but something had happened. Whatever had happened has certainly affected him in a major way. And I'll just make my way to the gate.
Yeah, so you guys are outside the gate. You see on the street a wooden coffin with what seems to be like a fine meal placed out on top of it. There's also a small wooden box at the foot of the coffin.
small what at the foot of the coffin?
A small wooden box.
I feel like I'm gonna find out we're eating Vedmak's eyes or some bullshit. I'll go look at the box. Is there anything distinct about the box, or?
Yeah. So you approach the coffin. The food on it looks freshly made. There's fine silverware. There's some type of bird that was cooked. There's like potatoes. There's bread rolls. The candles are lit, and it's set for 4 people. There's little, there's not like chairs, but there's like little place settings basically where you can kind of sit or stand around and eat from these different setups. In the center of the, we'll say like on the floor, on your guys' side, which you can see from the road or from the house side, you can just, it's a little box. It's not ornate by any means, but it's just well made overall. And inside there seems to be some type of vials or glass ware.
All that's missing are name cards.
So there was a coffin too?
Yeah, so all this is on top of a coffin. So imagine like a coffin laid out, and then all the food is set up on the coffin.
Open up the coffin? No, obviously I don't eat food, so...
How do you drink potions of healing then?
I said I don't eat food. Actually, I can still eat. It just doesn't do anything.
Just have to figure out what to do with it afterwards.
Right.
It's like it runs down his leg.
Just
It's a robot, but he's still organic-ish. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Do you want to eat the food that's been placed out, or do you want to see what's inside? What was inside the box again?
You're not sure. Some glass vials.
That's fine, okay.
I kind of want to see if there's anybody around. Like it seems odd that somebody just laid out a coffin, so I just try to look around to see if I can see any signs of who or what left is here, or if there's anyone here.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Yeah, it's a road.
Like, you still see on the road, there seems to be some fresh carriage marks, and possibly it was probably a horse-drawn carriage of some type. You only notice that because this road doesn't look hugely traveled overall. And knowing what's behind you, there's not a lot, it seems. So, yeah, it seems like some carriage probably came over and placed this.
I'm assuming, did the carriage marks continue from the direction we came, or?
No, away from where you've been.
I want to see what's inside the coffin. I'll move the food and open the coffin.
Okay. You're going to just kind of... Are you going to place the food in a way that maybe you eat it later, or are you just going to kind of throw it off?
I'll place it in a way so that my companions can eat it later.
Okay. That's fine. You guys fine with that?
Yep.
There's nothing in the coffin.
They do a perception check, be like trying to figure out.
There's nothing in the coffin.
Okay, well that's fucking weird. Even weirder than some of the shit we've seen so far.
I guess I'll open the box.
You already did, right?
Or, well...
Nope.
Yeah, the vials.
No, it seemed like it wasn't so tightly made that you couldn't see what was inside. So inside, there seemed to be 4 potions of healing and a note.
I read the note.
The note states, "Thank you for cleaning this vermin off of my domain. Your efforts are appreciated, even if for just one night. Please accept this small gift to help your recovery. Welcome to Barovia. Signed, S.
Clean shit.
Can you post that note in Foundry for us? Or in Discord?
How far away is the house?
From where you currently are?
Yeah.
I mean, just a stone's throw.
Speaking of throwing things, can I throw a torch at the house? Like, what's the house made of?
It's sort of vine covered. Let me see if I have a photo of it. I don't have a photo, but I can probably find a good one. This one's alright. Just disregard the homes next to it. That is what I just posted. That is also a thread, so be careful.
Oh, it may have like grass and stuff around it.
Yeah.
Presumably, it could be lit on fire.
Yes.
I would like to light this place on fire.
Okay. Are you,
I have plenty of torches.
Okay. How much time are you willing to spend?
As long as it takes.
You can light the house on fire over the course of we'll say with all of your might and anger that you have towards it, balling up the dead grass and weeds and trying getting stuff on the balcony and everything else, you can light the house on fire in, let's say, the course of 30-40 minutes.
So, while he's doing that, I'm gonna detect magic on the food.
There's no magic.
I'll eat some.
And Shatner, while they were doing that, I'm gonna venture into the woods.
Okay. Just let me know at what point, if any, that you'd like to return. And the food is delicious. It's the greatest thing you've tasted since you've been in this land. There's wine that's been poured. It too is delicious, and the health potions seem to be legitimate as well.
I will join in on chowing down.
I will tell everybody that there does not appear to be magic on the food.
Yeah, no problem.
So I guess after we eat, should we follow the carriage tracks and try and find civilization somewhere in this place?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
I'm fine with that. You just have someone in the woods. I'm not sure.
Royce, are you there?
It was Emrak.
It's Zemrak.
Or Vemrak, sorry.
And just during that, I was searching for what we had spoke about.
Oh, I gotcha. You're not going to find it in this amount of time, unless you're just trying to kind of leave the party and do that exclusively right now.
Okay, I'll come back then.
Okay. On that note, all of you hit level 3.
Should we wait until we rest before leveling up? That's how you're supposed to do it, right?
Sure.
I mean, now seems like a pretty good time to take a rest, doesn't it?
In what? Do we even have any like camping
We
supplies?
can
or-
take turns sleeping in the coffin.
There's a house right there.
It's on fire.
burning.
Currently
Fuck
burning,
that
yeah.
place.
Yeah, it seems
I
to
really
actually
don't
be
like undead
lighting
things.
up.
I don't like things that don't die eventually. Nothing should live forever, especially a house. That's haunted.
That's ironic coming from a robot.
So do we rest here or do we move on?
I think we should move on. I don't want to be anywhere close to this place.
As Venrak comes back, he just says again, "We're not wanted here. We need to leave."
Then let's continue on.
Well, let's roll.
How much longer do you guys have in you?
Hopefully like another 60-ish years.
Okay, I know you're role-playing your robot. The rest of you.
I'm not the deciding factor on how late we go tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay for probably another scene. Depending on how long that scene is. I don't know, if you have some crazy 2-hour boss fight, I might bow out. But
Why don't you guys level up? Give me 10 to 15 minutes to transition, and then we'll continue. How does that sound?